The second concept we're talking about this week, in addition to color harmonies, is what's known as optical color. Basically, we've got three definitions that are relatively straightforward, even if controlling them might be hard. The first is local color. Local color is the general description of the thing. So in this case, sunflowers are yellow. And Faith Ringgold in her quilt is essentially using the same color of yellow to represent all the sunflowers. So local color is the general description. The sky is blue, bananas are yellow, yay. What we also are going to have is what's known as optical color, which is, yes, bananas are yellow, but when the light is shining on them, there will be a highlight, there will be a shadow, and so there will be variation even within that local color. Sometimes artists will take optical color even further, and we can see that nicely in this Laura Knight painting, where the shadows take on a distinct purple hue. We can still understand what's going on. It still looks believable. In fact, sometimes it looks more believable when we're paying attention to the variation that happens with optical color. We can see that in the sea, for instance. The blue is several blues. There are a lot of blues. There's some greens, there's some purples in there. Most of the time, our eye is sensitive to subtle variation, and that variation can be caused by distance, it can be caused by lighting conditions, it can be caused by reflections. And we want to capture that sense of optical color. What is the color doing in light? What is the color doing in space? Hardly ever is something so exactly the same color solidly that we would only use the local color. Faith Ringgold is using it because she wants to create a deliberately simplified, almost symbolic use of color. And that's where we'll often see people using local color as kind of shorthand or symbolism. Most of the time, optical color is going to be much, much more complex. Our third term is arbitrary color, which is if you want to give the dude blue skin, you can give the dude blue skin. You're an artist and you don't have to follow the rules. If you want to paint a purple chicken, you paint yourself a purple chicken. You go right ahead. But what we want to do then is to understand that that is working differently than local color. We're arbitrarily deciding that we're not going to follow the local color of the object. People don't actually tend to have blue skin. Sometimes you want to, for expressive purposes, choose a different way of depicting things. Part of why we're focusing on this is that in your grid-based self-portrait, which hopefully you're pretty far along on by now, you should be using optical color, allowing your flesh tone to vary based on the lighting conditions and also where it is and how it's moving relative to the gaze of the viewer. Your hair might be brown, but it's more than one kind of brown, and what kind of brown it looks like is going to change depending on where on your head that brown hair is.